all of you guys with a controller has no paddles on the back, has no trigger locks, and you have no other buttons. It's just a basic controller. What should your binds be? These are the best binds there possibly is for a controller with no extra attachments, just a basic controller, and these can be applied to a PS4 or an Xbox controller like this. Make sure you check out my free build map, link in description. And let's get right into it. Well, you're going to make some changes from these default settings that are going to drastically improve your controller game. For starters, we need a way to sprint. For this, we are going to disable the right button on the D-pad because that is normally reserved for squad comms and we don't really need squad comms. Therefore, we're going to disable it and set it to sprint. So when you're running like this, you only have to bring over and tap it like so, which is actually still pretty optimal, and I use it even when I have paddles. I would honestly keep the rest of them the same, with the down being emote, this one to the left being squad mark, and this one being loadout. It's still pretty optimal, and I honestly think these buttons are buttons that you don't need to press all the time, and therefore it's okay if they're not completely optimal. On the subject of not changing anything, you're not going to change any of these 4 buttons right here. They're not completely optimal, and if you want to optimize them, you could always play claw like so. However, playing claw is not essential to being a good controller player, and I know a lot of people that don't play claw and just play normally while moving their fingers to the buttons. You don't have to press these buttons all the time, and while it does make your crosshair a little bit more flicky, you're still going to be able to play to a decent effect. Before we go into the changes making to the edit binds and the more important stuff, I'm going to remind you to use code JKC in the Fortnite item shop. It's the #1 way to support me and allows me to continue making videos like the one here. I've been on the creative map game recently, and if we reach 100 supporters by the end of this month, I'm releasing a brand new one to you guys. My map code will be in the description if you're wondering what I've produced already. Now, the editing is where I suggest some changes are made. A good player is going to need to edit all the time. That is not going to be possible in the default settings. We have to select it and hold it to select it, then make your edit, and then press confirm. That is not what we want to do. What you're going to do instead, you're going to set left stick as edit. So when you press it down, when you're running up to something, that selects the edit. Don't have to move at all. Super useful. You're then going to obviously keep the moving tiles as right trigger, as that was confused matters otherwise. However, you're going to turn confirm edit on release on, so you don't have to press the confirm button. So you should select it, then select the tiles, then take it off and it will go. I'd also recommend changing a reset button to RB. This is going to be super useful as well. So all you have to do to reset a build is press the edit button once again, super easy to press, and then press reset and it's going to reset. So basically an edit on a wall that's an archway looks something like this. I just edited it and reset it in less than a second. I didn't even take my fingers off the sticks. That's the most optimal way to edit, and it's also the main change we're going to be making to the settings. To make sure the reset works properly, guys, you're going to make sure on confirm edit on release and confirm reset on release are both on. It can be hard playing with a normal controller. That's why I normally play with control freaks. They're slightly dirty at the moment, however they just attach to the top of the controller like this, and they can make your build so much more smoother. This is not sponsored, I just use control freaks and have done for a very long time. They make the movement so much larger than it would be normally, because your fingers are at the end of this. So if you watch my fingers movement here, and now watch it when it's off, you can see the difference. When we go up here, the movement's a lot larger, and therefore we can have more precision in what we're doing. That is everything I want you to change to have the most optimal binds on a basic Xbox or PS4/5 controller. If you're worried about optimal keyboard and mouse binds, then I'd suggest you watch this video right here on the screen. It's right below the controller and it's going to help you out a ton in terms of keyboard and mouse bind optimization. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.